Hey, good evening, my trading brothers and sisters. I hope your Friday evening's going well. I'd like to say a huge welcome to all of the new traders who have joined. Welcome. Hope you find a lot of value here, and I'll pledge to help you as much as I can. Now, I said on Discord I've met my target on Tuesday. Actually, I surpassed it slightly. So I posted these trades before they happened in real time, if you go back in the chat. So I stopped trading my personal account, but because I have a group to manage, I did take some trades on prop during the week. I said to avoid Wednesday, Friday, huge monetary policy events on both sides of the pond, followed by the frankly insane budget today with the biggest fiscal stimulus in over 50 years funded by borrowing. £45 billion worth of tax cuts, which of course sent UK gilts dumping like I've never seen before, pushing yields up in tens up to 3.75%. Obviously, I don't want to get too much into politics here. I have an economics background though, so I love talking about macroeconomics. So if you ever want to, engage with me on that, I'd love to talk to you. But in terms of intraday trading, I highly recommend that you don't use this to fuel biases for big monetary and fiscal events for GBP or USD. Just refer to the Podia link I just posted. In short, just stay out of the market. People get absolutely slaughtered on weeks like this. It becomes extremely difficult to catch trades. So if you do trade these weeks, do so with extreme, and I mean extreme caution. So before we get into a set one we identified and traded on Thursday, I just wanted to make sure everyone has read the Start Here tab. In particular, paragraph 2, 4, 5, and 7. So this is an education group. We're not giving financial advice. All trading is in the context of demo trading. Live funds is completely your decision and nothing to do with cable traders or myself. But I do try to get to know everyone in the group on a somewhat personal level to find out where they're at in terms of their trading and their lives, because I think this group functions better when we're all kind of virtual friends and there's no negative energy. What we're not is financial advisors, signal providers, a call group, a group for complete beginners, and certainly not a group for gamblers. Values, very, very important. Integrity. We'll treat others in the group like I treat friends and family. We're all in this together, working together to improve ourselves. We're always guided by moral principles that we're vulnerable people, and absolutely scammy behavior which is rife in the industry. Honesty, I'm very transparent about my successes and failures. Trading's not all sunshine and roses. Honesty is really important. We can spot a charlatan in this industry a mile off. And positivity, really, really important. We don't get emotional. We don't badmouth others. Treat others with disrespect. We don't shit on other educators or providers or talk behind each other's backs. So I have to be clear here. Everything I teach is in the context of demo trading. When I'm ready to pitch to investors, I'll have my track record audited, and I also promise to post my FX book on my prop account. It's coming eventually for the doubters. So unfortunately, I had to ban one particularly toxic individual who took it upon himself to DM several members of the group saying I was, and I quote, fucked up, that it was a fraud, that it was essentially a professional scam artist and others were complicit in this elaborate fraud, that I was a demo trader luring people in on Instagram. But I'm very clear, everything I teach is in the context of demo trading. Because I'm a holder of the investment management certificate and chartered financial analyst and registered with the FCA, if there's any sniff of financial advice, any hint of it being given here, I can be in serious hot water, struck off from the FCA, sued privately, and so on. So I take any attacks on my integrity extremely seriously. And as this individual was directly going against all the values I set out, I had to ban him, unfortunately. So if you ever have any concerns, please voice them directly to me. I'm pretty honest about all my shortcomings I even make long videos about when I make mistakes in my trading, and I've even shared all of the weaknesses that I'm working on in the psych section. With that said, I'm highly confident in my edge. I make my living solely from trading. I think this guy thought I was maybe subsisting on the like 200 quid that I make a week from courses, despite the fact that I post my trades on real time, either on voice or chat. Anyway, haters gonna hate. Sorry for the rant, it comes with the territory, so on to the trade. Okay. So Thursday, where are we at? NYSE open. So let's just play. We'll look at the context a bit first. We had this move up that kind of lost momentum, hit this supply area, and we start falling in New York quite rapidly. We take out this trend line liquidity, and we've got two important key levels below. So my eyes are on these. Now, below these key levels, we have what I call a trading level, an M15 FVG. So remember the ingredients for setup 1. We need key levels and we need a trading level. If you're unsure about these, just go back to the course. So here we have one key level broken, M15 swing low, which is a London low that was set earlier. Tap of the daily open. Haven't hit a trading level yet. Now we've hit the trading level. Okay, so we're paying attention very, very closely to both the price action and the footprint. So what we notice here is compression. Okay, it's starting to slow down and lose momentum. Starting to accumulate sideways, and a final pop down. So we've kind of got like a little kind of Wyckoff accumulation here with a spring. So at this point, I'm really interested in the trade. Looking at the footprint, what do we see? 1658. Not quite there yet. Hold on. See this wick, another push down, and a huge wick off. So what do we notice in footprint? We notice big seller absorption on the wick. We have an imbalance, which is a proxy for structure. Remember, I teach this in the course. That's it here. Sometimes I call this a line in the sand. So one of the confirmations is confirmation 2, which is a break of structure and retest. So this can sometimes be quite aggressive. I think when people think of a break of structure and retest, they're thinking of, you know, a zigzag pattern and coming back down. But we can get quite granular with the footprint, okay, because we know where the structure is. And we can see this 11.0. What time's that? 1654. Yeah, this structure, and you can see it holding these candles up, and it breaks. So we're still below what I call the line in the sand, the structure, and I'm looking for a break of this structure and retest for an entry. Breaks, retests, and I think from memory it retests several times. It kind of hangs around. Now this is where I take my entry, was at 08, 07 or 08, okay, and I'll show it here. All right, 308. So take my long position. You can check back in the chat if you don't believe me. 3 pips stop loss, that's all we need. And then you can target, well, you've got an H1 FVG up here, you can target that. I actually had more ambitious targets. I was thinking we might get to this New York high. At this point I kind of set the trade and took a break. So remember, footprint, line in the sand, breaks it, and then we get this retest. So this is your kind of entry level. Okay, 08, that's where I took it, and it shoots up. Compression, break a structure, retest, 2 key levels broken, trading level. You know, what more can you ask for? You have footprint confirmation, price action confirmation, all of the levels are in place, and we have it set up for 50 pips here quite easily. You know, 50 pips if you want it. In this case, my trade management was a bit off. I had more of an ambitious target, so because I'd met my target, I was kind of just spinning the wheel a bit. I just thought maybe we'll just go for a bit more. And quite honestly, I overheld this one. You know, you should have just taken the 50 pips. And it kind of just lingers and it gets towards the end of the day, and I ended up taking profit for like 20 or 30 pips, you know. It's coming down here and I'm saying, yeah, I'm not worried, it's just kind of, you know, mitigating, no problem. I think I posted this one on Instagram. Comes very close to taking me out, still not worried because it goes bullish. Anyway, I think I end up taking it out around here, or yeah, I think it was. By the end of the day I was out anyway. When it gets to about 5 o'clock, you know, it's kind of gonna go, not much is gonna happen, the volume's gonna die off when the London traders leave, so a bit of a missed potential here, but we had an obvious take profit level that you could have taken for nearly 50 pips, and what do I end up, you know, 24 pips, so it's still you know, still 7R, so can't complain. Very precise entry, a lot of logic to it, and I think a lot of people in the group did take the full, you know, 45 pips, 15R. So these trades happen all the time. If you have any questions on this, don't hesitate to contact me. I post my trades on real time most of the time. I do my best to tell people when trades are coming up. I set alerts around key levels, and I'll usually go on air, and anyone who's on mentorship, I can kind of guide you through this process. This confirmation too, I need to be a bit more clear about how I describe this, I think, okay? Because I usually call this the line in the sand, because it's structure that's not obvious. And I know when you have an imbalance like that and it's broken and retested, that's a good, fairly aggressive entry. So I'm going to go into more detail in future videos about this confirmation because it's very common, and yeah, that's how you get the good precise entries. So I'm going to wish you an amazing weekend, whatever you're up to. Please feel free to DM me on Podia or Discord or Instagram or whatever, and we'll talk soon. Next week, less kind of crazy news, so I expect we'll get a lot more trades like this one, you know, good 50 pippers. Just bag those and try not to get involved in the crazy, unpredictable straight line moves, which I don't have an edge in. I'm not gonna lie. They're wildly unpredictable, so I think they're best to sidestep. And I'm making a pledge now on to stay away completely from interest rate days or big fiscal statement days. So yeah. So yeah, have a great weekend and cheers. We'll talk really soon. Cheers.